Every week in Marvel Strike Force, there's something new. New characters, new reworks, new content, and it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. That feeling you're feeling? That's FOMO, the fear of missing out. Today, I want to talk about how I personally avoid FOMO and how you can too.
Hard, no cash to spend, free to play till the very
So let's talk about what FOMO actually is in Marvel Strike Force. It's that constant feeling that you need to chase every new character, every new event, every shiny reward. And this game, it thrives on it. Limited time content, new raids, shiny reworks, all designed to make you feel like you might fall behind if you don't act fast. But chasing all of it comes at a cost. And that cost is usually tied to your wallet. Now, I want to say there isn't anything inherently wrong with this. Boundless, Scopely, Savvy Games, whatever you want to name them as, is a business. And businesses need money to keep operating. There are multiple ways of extracting that money from your customer base, but the method that they have chosen is a value-based pricing strategy, where the perceived value of saving the customer time and helping them outperform the customer's rivals justifies the cost. However, for free-to-play players, FOMO can really mess with your progress. You can end up spreading your resources too thin, investing in characters or teams you don't really need yet or are not going to get value out of yet. You might feel stressed or anxious every time a new blog drops. And for free-to-play players, it can certainly tempt you to spend unnecessarily just to keep up. And I've been there. Really early on in my account history where T3 ability materials were scarce, I ended up buying a couple of offers for the Legacy 2 orbs, shown right here. This orb had T3s in it, but I soon learned that A, it didn't feel good to me buying these, and B, it was much better to have a strategy going forwards. Over the past couple of days, we've had two blogs that really exemplify this. First, the Secret Cavalry, introducing the new team, the Secret Warriors. This is a war offense team led by the Phantom Rider. It includes reworks for Domino, Yo-Yo, Negasonic Teenage Mutant Warhead, and Quake. And while Phantom Rider looks really strong on paper, with the self-reviving, the high damage, applying bleeds and trauma, and shutting down enemy buffs, here's the catch. He's likely a Battle Pass exclusive. For us free-to-play players, that could mean a 6-week wait before you can even use the team effectively. And let's not only talk about this, let's talk about the reworks. A lot of these characters are old characters that haven't been touched by the majority of players for a very long time. So you really are going to have to think, are the resources worth using? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Next up, we had the blog, the Masterminds of Mayhem, introducing the Insidious Six. And this is where the FOMO could really ramp up. Scorpion, Hobgoblin, and Superior Spider-Man are getting added to the game, plus reworks to Vulture and Shocker, and those reworks are really good. On top of this, Superior Spider-Man and Scorpion are both triple tagged characters, with Insidious Six and Sinister Six being the two tags that they share, and then Superior Spider-Man having the Superior Six tag, and Scorpion having the Infestation tag. Now this has huge implications now for multiple game modes. So suddenly, with the Secret Warriors and the Insidious Six, we're talking about 4 new characters and 17 reworks that might be worth building. And that is a lot. That's enough to cause that FOMO. But even with all this, there are still a lot of unknowns. We don't know exactly how the Insidious Six will function within the new Annihilation raid, or when these characters will release. That's the kind of uncertainty that can make that FOMO hit hard. But it's exactly why I'm choosing to wait. And while we're at it, let's talk raids, specifically the new Annihilation raid. Now, I know the Omega version isn't going to be available yet, and that on release today, the 22nd of August 2025, we will only have the basic version. But if you did give in to that FOMO and bought or power cored the new Hellfire Club members, what are you actually gaining? Let's take a look. So at difficulty 9, each node you complete gives you 300 antimatter and 350 Armory 20 orb fragments. However, at difficulty 7, every node will give you 265 antimatter and 210 Armory 20 orb fragments. That's a difference of 35 antimatter per node and 140 Armory 20 orb fragments. So you might be thinking, but that's 8 nodes. 8 times 35 is 280 antimatter per day. And 8 times 140, well, that's 1,120 Armory 20 orb fragments per day that I'm missing. And you'd be right, if the raids worked how they used to. What we need to remember, the Chaotic Storm raids introduced a new mechanic to the game, the individual player difficulty slider. You can't set this difficulty lower than your alliance leader has set the base difficulty, but you can always set it higher. So here's the play. For the nodes where we already have the teams that are named on them, run those at difficulty 9. So when you reach the Hellfire Club node, drop back down to difficulty 7 and then come back up to difficulty 9 for the final boss node. This way, instead of missing out on 280 antimatter and 1,120 Armory 20 orb fragments per day, you're only going to be down 70 antimatter and 280 Armory 20 orb fragments per day. And that is assuming you do the 2 Hellfire Club nodes. That seems much more manageable. So, how do I avoid FOMO? First, I stick to a long-term plan. And you can see these plans each and every month in my Build Positively series. Currently, I'm focusing on teams and characters that are proven to matter for the Age of Annihilus progression and for the new stat meta, that post-Ares meta. I don't chase every shiny new release. For example, the Secret Warriors, they look fun, but if they're not required for progression and my existing War Offense teams already cover that role, I'm going to hold off building for now. One other thing you will notice from my Build Positively series is that I only start building the reworked characters for a team in the month we know that team is being released for offers. So for example, you can see here that this month, August, we know this is the release of the Hellfire Club in offers and for power cores. And so this is the time where I start building the reworked characters, in this case, Emma Frost and Madeline Pryor. For the Insidious Six, I'm paying attention. They're clearly going to be important, but I'm waiting for more release details and raid function info, and also official confirmation that they are indeed a Conquerors team before committing resources. The same goes for the Superior 6 members and the Infestation members. I'll start prepping the key pieces and sorting out where these will fit into teams, but I'm only going to start building them when I know that the character that is going with them has dropped. The principle is simple: patience. Build what's confirmed and relevant. Stockpile your resources where you can, and don't let the hype push you into mistakes. The game is designed to make you feel like you're behind, but you can control your pace. And now I want to put a question over to you, Commander. How do you handle FOMO in Marvel Strike Force? Drop your thoughts below, or come and hang out in the Jetson Squad Discord. Link will be in the description down below. It is a great place to share ideas, get resources, and of course, stay positive. And if you want some more ideas on how to avoid FOMO, then these 2 videos here might help.